one of the biggest questions I get every day from potential clients is, what are my rights in responding to a CPS investigation? Well, let's make this simple. You can tell that CPS caseworker to go away and to go jump in the lake. No, I'm just kind of joking here. Because why? Because the minute you do that, that CPS worker is going to turn around and they're going to go to their district attorney who represents them. The district attorney is going to go to the judge and they're going to get a court order to compel. That means to make you cooperate with their investigation. In fact, in some instances, it is a crime to hinder or to prevent a CPS investigation. So let's get serious about the situation and exactly what are your rights. Number one, you have the right to be informed about the CPS investigation. That investigative worker has to tell you who they are, why they're there. They have to give you the general substance of the investigation so you can at least have some type of toehold in what's going on. Remember, these CPS referrals are made anonymously, but 9 times out of 10, when you hear what's going on in that CPS referral, you're going to go, oh yeah, I know who did this. So, additionally, you have the right to review the CPS records. Now, people think, well, is that an on-the-spot situation? Am I going to review those records now? No, you're not. You're going to send off and you're going to review those records maybe weeks or months from now. So, there's a lot of stuff on the books that doesn't really work that way in real life, okay? Number 3, and a big one, right, is you have the right to seek legal counsel. Well, that's great. Are you going to get free legal counsel in a CPS case? As long as this is in the investigation stage, no, you're not going to get free legal counsel. The next thing is you have the right to seek legal counsel, but when can you do it? If there's a child protective services worker at the hospital that your child has been admitted to and they're breathing down your neck, can you stop and ask for a lawyer? Well, you can, but the problem is your child is going to continue to remain in the hospital, right? So it's always a balancing act depending on the severity of the referral, whether that CPS worker believes that this investigation is something that needs to be addressed and resolved right now on the spot. Next, and this is new, by the way, you have the right to request that any interview between you and CPS is recorded, and they have to record that interview. Now, that can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Remember, what you say to that CPS worker at the beginning of that interview, if it's recorded, it is cemented in stone. So, as Mark Twain used to say, if you always tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. And if you're not telling the truth, you better have a really good memory. So, again, going back to this idea that I hear so often, do I have the right to refuse to cooperate? At some level, you do have a right to refuse to cooperate, but you have to ask yourself, am I making the situation better or am I making it worse? And why is that important? It's important because your children are the collateral in this situation, the placement of your children, whether they sleep at home in their bed tonight or sleep elsewhere. That hangs in the balance when you're having those encounters with Child Protective Services.